forgive. Forgive the person who hurt you, even though we didn't ask for forgiveness. Not that I'm approaching this forgiveness like in a way, because I'm still processing all of the things that I understood, especially because it's true. And I didn't want to acknowledge that it's true, because we always want to heal the person who hurt us, saying that not only that he's sorry, is he also will never do it again, and then you want him to prove it to you, but you still remember all of the things that they done, so he needs to prove it to you millions and millions and millions of times. Only talking about it takes so much energy for me, but I have to talk about it with you, because I understood many things, as I said. I'm in this self-improving development thing for many, many, many years. And obviously, I still have many things to solve, and I will have many things to solve forever. But why is it so important to solve your problems, to take responsibility? No one wants to take responsibility. No one. But why you have to do it? Because only by that way you will receive what you want to receive in your life. Because many times we have beliefs that just can't go together. So they argue in your heart, in your brain. And the one that controls you most of the time, so she's like always winning. The other one interrupts her all the time and try to kick her out of the controlling chair and fuck off, go away. No. Usually those things are like programs since we were kids, and they are not letting us anywhere. We're just stuck. When they argue, we stuck. The thinking habit that controls you is very, very powerful, and you will not benefit from it. This is how I think. The thing with forgiveness, I understood that when I forgive, I truly feel better, and things are changing for the better. And I know that because I forgave to my father 6 years ago by writing a letter. Maybe you've heard about it. I didn't see him since I was 12 years old. And you just say whatever you want to say. I was cursing the hell out of him, okay? Cursing. I took the letter. You have to burn it. And I wanted to burn it near the ocean. So I went to the ocean. It was a very windy day. I burned it. Until I was burning it because of all of the wind. I burned it. Okay? Burn. I had only the ashes. I wanted to take the ashes and give it to the ocean. What's her name? This little crazy kid who was with environment and stuff below to you. A wave will come and take it from me forever. One wave came. Here is the letter. The ashes. One wave came, shloop, took the ashes. And now I'm standing for here, for example, okay? And all of the waves are coming maximum to here. And we were standing like way back. And then the second wave, after that first wave, who took it? Sploosh! He came very, very, very fast that I had to run. I really had to run away. And I felt this energy. And I wasn't alone, so the person felt it too. I felt the energy that Rosalina, give it to me. Fuck off. Let it go. Peace. Continue with your life. Bye. And since that day, I forgave my father. He didn't do anything for me to forgive him. I just decided that I wanted to let it go. And I didn't saw him since then. Yesterday, my partner and I were arguing. I started to say, you remember 2 years ago, blah, blah, blah. He was like, why are you always reminding me things that happened a long time ago? I have changed. And I know that this is a problem. I'm doing it all of my life. Then I decided to listen to a podcast about forgiveness, forgiving. And I hate it. I don't like listen to podcasts and to things about forgiveness. I will never buy a book. Well, now, maybe in the future, but now I will not buy a book about forgiveness. I don't like to hear that shit because I don't want to forgive, okay, obviously. But the part in me said, Rosalina, fuck you, listen. So I was listening. He said true things. What can I say? I understood why when I'm arguing with my partner, I'm reminding him things that he did like 2 years ago. I know it's not fun for him, and it's also not helps me at all. It means that I'm holding a grudge towards the person that I love the most in this world. He is really my soulmate. And this person who was interviewed said that we not only supposed to forgive the person in front of us, we also need to forgive the person he was. And my partner did something big at all. When you are walking around in this world, each and one of us has a bag full of shit that doesn't belong to us. We are just walking around with this bag, and this bag is nasty, filthy, full of shit. And we know every stinky thing that we have in our bag. And every time a person, for example, I have a stinky sock in that bag, and the person says, stinky sock. It reminds me the stinky sock in my bag that I'm traveling around all the time, and I'm starting to get angry. It means that like every one of us has like issues that we need to solve and many things, but we can't be angry at people who love us and just on other people who didn't harm us, and even be angry on people who did harm us because of the baggage we're carrying. And I know I was carrying a very huge baggage about my mother, about her partner that was with me since I was 5 years old and is even worse than my father. About many people. When I was a teenager or a little girl, I wasn't the cool kid at all. I was very shy and I was an introvert. So my mom taught me, because she didn't want two kids to kick my ass, I have to be very honest and be very tough sometimes. And it's a part of me that came alive only to defend myself, my true self, from the world. And I want to cry a bit because I love this part. I appreciate this part, the rough, the tough side of me. But now, and for many years, I don't need this Rosalina to be in control anymore. And she was in control because if I would forgive, she would have been replaced by the true me. She was defending for many, many, many years. I started to talk about this with my partner yesterday after I told him that I know that I'm holding a grudge on many other things, and like when I'm fighting with you, it's like it's piling up, if I'm saying right. I told him that the rough side of me needs to be in control to make sure that people will not harm me. And I know that it's from childhood because I felt alone. My mother cared only about her partner, and her partner didn't give a shit about me, so I was invincible in my home. And my father wasn't a good father, and I cut the connection. And my friends weren't truly friends. I just wanted to be seen. From here always comes the humor, because you know that you have to survive in some way, so at least be funny and at least be tough so people will know not to mess with you. I wasn't like a bullying, punching people. No, I was defending myself. If someone had a problem with me, I would say something. So he asked me what will happen. And before he asked me this question, I started to feel this icky, schmicky feeling. Ugh. Because it's never fun to talk about it. Even now, I don't have fun talking about it. No, it's not fun. But I have to do it. I want to cry again. I told him that I feel this. It's getting hard to breathe. And usually when people feel this feeling, we want to run away, right? Your body is telling you, don't come forward, you have to fuck off, you will collapse if you will know the truth, if you will hear the truth. And then I told him that I don't feel good. And because I was studying it and because I'm learning it for many years, I know that it's okay to feel that way. I don't like this feeling. Part of me don't want to go deeper to heal the wound. So I don't want to touch the wound yesterday. And my partner didn't care and he asked me, what will happen if this Rosalina who defends the true you, the inner child, will be replaced by you really are? I look at him. And in that moment, I didn't feel the yuck because he asked a question. The door opened. There was the inner child, ready to answer. I started to cry, but not like this, like a little bit, like 6 years old. Everybody will hurt me. He started to cry so hard. And he said, but Rosalina, you are still getting hurt. Although you have decided, you are still getting hurt. And I looked at him. Fuck, you're right. People are still hurting you. It was shocking. It's still shocking, as you can see. It's again making me emotional. You need to understand. It happened yesterday. I didn't process it until the end. I was writing about it also today in my diary. One of my favorite series in the world is Ted Lasso. I watched it already and now I'm watching it again with my partner because it's his first time. I want to be like him because he said when people were acting shit towards him, he just didn't take it personally because it's not him. And as he said, don't be judgmental, be curious. And yes, when I was a little, I really think that there are way more horrible things that you can go through in life as a child or as a teenager. Because this is the time that you are being programmed. So this is why it's like a very, very, very important time. What I learned from those years that I can't count on anyone, and at the same time I love people and I'm very alone, and at the same time I don't feel alone. Right now, for many years, I don't feel alone anymore. That people will hurt you, so you have to be on defend mode all the time. Although people are making me feel the best and people are always helping me and I'm so grateful for it. And I noticed that I have many beliefs that contradict each other. And also with this podcast about forgiveness. In my brain, forgiving was forgetting. People who harm you will say to you, hey, why you're stuck in the past, you can't forget about it. They just try to make you forget about it, like it didn't happen and they didn't do it again. This is why when I forgive, I truly forgive. It happened to me so many times that I forgave someone, then they did the same thing and even more horrible again. And then I understood it. I will give another chance. And then people are acting like I forgot about this. They can harm me again. And I said that if I will forget, I will be hurt all the time. And as you can understand, I will still hurt many, many, many times. Although I was remembering all of the things that happened. And I understood that I have to find something else to forgiveness. And I decided that forgiveness is letting myself free. As the person in the podcast said, taking responsibility, because if I'm waiting all of my life to hear the person who hurt me take his responsibility, it will never happen. I was surrounded by narcissists, people who see themselves as victim and always like complaining. They will never take responsibility. They don't know how to do this. They don't want to do this. Then I'm harming myself by sitting and waiting and being so angry. So I decided that forgiveness is releasing this stinky bag, fucking throwing it in their faces. You take this stinky bag. This is your stinky bag. I'm not going to hold your stinky bag. Never again. So I decided to take responsibility. Not that I did something, but to be responsible on my life, on my freedom, on my beliefs, on my thoughts. I'm not going to give this responsibility to other people because I love people. And I love working with people, and I love meeting people, and I love making people laugh, and I love help people to feel better in this world. This is why I do what I do. This is why I'm creating not only skits, that this is like the best thing in the world. I love to make skits so much. But I love to talk about those things, and I love to share with you what I'm going through and how I see the world, because it really helps me, and maybe it will help you too. I hope so. I always love people, and I trust people. I believe what people are saying to me. I know that opportunities comes in a form of people. Opportunities that you will get in your life, people are giving you this. Like here, I know that me going viral, it's so hard to say a word with L and R. It always happened to me. Viral. Me going viral, I'm depending on you. Me making money from giving to this world pieces from my heart depends on you, the people. This is why I'm so grateful all the time when you're commenting on every like and on every view, because you are the ones who giving me the opportunity to spread love and to spread happiness and joy in my way. And yesterday I understood that at the same time I had the belief that people will harm me and people will fool me. And I can't live with this belief. I can't, because my field depends on people. I was working in the airport for 5 years. I was loving to go to this work because of the people. Like not the people that I was working with, they were very negative. Negativity, positivity, it's like the other video that I made about orchids and rooted onions, if you want to watch. There was a lot of rotten onions. I was working the security, so I was always talking with the people who were flying. And I understood that from all of the people that I was talking to, there a lot. 70%, you know what, 60% of the people are cool. 30%, even 35% are the best, are like so awesome. Really, just wow. And only 5% are bad people, like not fun, like miserable. This is how I view people, and I love human beings. And I decided to forgive all of the people. And I was writing the name after name after name after name. Forgive. Because they didn't hurt me because they sat at home and said, we want to hurt Rosalina. No, they were thinking about their own interest. Some of them, I came and I shoved them the black mirror in their faces. So they didn't like it, so they wanted me to fuck off. So they acted like I wasn't there, like my mother partners. I was living with him since I was 5 years old. But it was because he was thinking about his own interest, and whatever this word it is older than my mom, 20 years. His kids are almost at the same age as my mother, so they were very against all of this relationship. I'm 26, so a lot of years ago, and he promised them that he will never be like a father to me. Eventually, he was worse. He was not only a stranger, but he's a narcissist. So it wasn't fun to live with him because he was in control while I was paying the bills. My mother was paying for the house, and I was paying the bills, and he was responsible for the food. So this is why there was no food. And he wasn't cleaning, he wasn't cooking, he wasn't doing anything, but he was very controlling. He just took what he could from me and from my mother. This is why I was working since I was 10 years old. He said that he didn't have money, but he was giving all of his money to his ex-wife and his kids. Like, lots of money. And he was lying about it. He was always telling like that he is in debt. For years, like 20 years later, and he's still in debt. And I was always asking my mom, because I was responsible for the money, what's going on. I always, when I was saying something, they just told me to shut the fuck up and that I don't understand. I understood very well at a very young age, but I didn't do anything because I was programmed to listen to my mother and to do what he says. Still together. Yeah. My mom knows, my mom regrets, but my mom's still with him and I love her very much and I forgive her. And I forgive him because he didn't want to harm me. He just wanted to be a good father to his own kids. I hate them too. But I forgive them too. Yeah, and I'm working on forgiving. So it's still in work, but I'm working on forgiving like more than 15 people, I think. But I truly see. And again, I want to cry for the. Don't do videos when it didn't heal, when you only opened this. I opened this wound and I'm talking about it with you, and this is why I'm crying. I want to cry for the 5th time, but a good cry because I'm so grateful to the universe who sent me so magical people that I have around me. They are my family, my friends, my partner, my cats. So many people that I've met in my life are truly magical butterflies, and most of the people are great, and I wish you to believe in it, because maybe you have also the same issues, and you maybe also think that people will harm you. Not like, maybe you also like me, that one side tells you that people are magical, but one side is very protective for many years, telling you that people will harm you if you don't protect yourself. So believe that people are magical and people will open you doors and people will, because as you are sitting and watching me, and I hope you will like it. Even if you don't, I thank you so for even sitting and watching. Thank you. Even if you're sitting and mocking me and thinking that I'm horrible and just talking nonsense, thank you. Still, I'm so grateful. Thank you for watching. Thank you. People are amazing. People are magical. And work on forgive. Forgive to release. Forgive to release yourself. To be who you truly are. You don't need to talk to them. You don't need to contact them. You don't need to say hello when you see them. You can still ignore them forever. But forgive to yourself. Forgive to them. Now forgive to those people who they were to you. Not to forget, but to release yourself, to see this world as a magical place. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to me. And I really hope that I helped you feel better. Thank you for all of your help to make my page viral, to help me help others like you. Thank you. Live a life full of magical adventures, you hear me? Be a magical butterfly like many people in this world.